All right, everyone. I've been looking forward to this video for a long time. This video today is on something I don't know how familiar people are with. I don't know what you know, is what I'm trying to say. And that item is the Unity clutch. You know what I'm saying? The Unity clutch. And we're gonna get all into it, so don't you worry about it. But before we start hitting all that good stuff, sit back up because it's chilly. I'm required by law to tell you, if you're going to watch this channel, that you are legally obligated to like this video and subscribe to the channel and comment below. I don't even really care if you comment with negative shit, to be honest with you, because, hate to break it to you, the algorithm doesn't care. A comment is a comment. So you call me a douche bucket or whatever you want to call me down in the comments, that's no problem with me. Let's see, a couple things. Let me give you a couple, pick a couple quick things here. I almost got that out in one piece, but I didn't. Sly Tactical. Those of you who will remember Sly Tactical from our sling series, they, I am happy to report, are now making their slings in multicam. So for those of you who are like, man, I really like the sling, wish it was in multicam, which frankly, not that many people, that is an option now. The only con of that, you get rid of the class 1 nylon and you get still good nylon, but just not the class 1 nylon, which is the critical life applications kind of stuff. But that is cool stuff. You can use 1911 Syndicate, no spaces, all lowercase on the Syndicate, and you get 15% off there, and a couple bucks comes back to us, so everyone wins. You save, and we don't go bankrupt, you know? So that's cool. And then for those of you who are new, the 1911 Syndicate is a real estate company behind the scenes. If you need anything, let us know. We operate in a lot of different states, including Utah and Arizona, different parts of California, recently added Fort Bragg and Vegas and Connecticut, the area around Nashville, Tennessee. So like, we got a lot of cool shit popping off. And if you need anything, you should just send us a message, fella. Okay, let's get into this thing, the Unity clutch. My disclaimer to you, I paid for this. I did get a discount on it from Unity, and I waited months to get it, okay? So point being, I've been looking forward to doing this review for a long time. It is a product that I deem a fairly critical piece of gear in the modern climate that we are in right now, and we will get all into that, but just know, you know, really nothing on this, including all the hardware that we'll go through, was free. All of it was paid for. So let's chat about this thing. Let me give you this. Unity makes some really thoughtful gear. They we're talking about it on set here, if you will, earlier, and very, very thoughtful gear. Today we've also been filming the Unity fast mount system. Right now we're talking about the clutch. I have the Unity hot button on my Type A rifle now. We will be having a series coming out on lights, and we'll discuss the hot button inside of that. My point to all that is that Unity makes very thoughtful products, and they typically don't release something unless you know, it's been well designed and thought out and there's a need for it. So the Unity clutch for me falls inside of that category. What is it? So think of it, it's really like a modular cummerbund kind of system, okay? It is, you wear it around your waist. You could wear this under a t-shirt, although pretty unlikely, minus a couple caveats to that. But it's a modular sort of cummerbund battle belt setup. Why would you use it? Kind of, you know, there's a couple applications for it. One would be more of a covert or concealment thing, right? Like as in you're doing, hypothetically, let's say you're doing executive protection and you wanted a decent amount of shit on you, but you didn't want to indicate that there's a lot of stuff on you, right? You could throw this thing underneath. I would wear a slightly bigger cover garment. If I were you, this jacket is pretty snug just to keep warmth in the winter. But, you know, you know, whatever size you wear, cool, maybe go one size up on like a hoodie or a flannel or something like that, and you can pull it off. I know that because I've been wearing this around for the past couple weeks in and out of different, you know, stores that allow you to carry, but, you know, just as a, hey, I'm just saying this out, look, I'm a CCW guy, I can legally do all the shit that I've done. I've not broken any state or local regulations doing what I've done, but I have to test this shit out, so you do have to wear it around sometimes. So I've been wearing this in and out of different stores and locations and stuff, and just going, no one knows I got shit underneath this. And at times I go, man, I got 120 rounds on me right now, and like I'm pretty decked out with shit and no one knows. And that's cool. So it would be very helpful in like an executive protection role where, hey, you have a client you're doing bodyguard stuff for, and you want some good hardware on you, which we will go through different ways to set this up. But you're not trying to be overt in your carry. You could easily walk around this and no one's really going to have a clue for the most part, contingent on what kind of clothing you're wearing. So very good as a concealment thing, and could even also be looked at as an overt thing depending on the scenario. So man, snot just right in the mouth there. I gave him a wipe, and next thing you know, just right on the tip of the tongue, you know. You could go overt with it in something like an active shooter situation, for example, right? So let's say you're at your workplace or whatever it may be, whether you were in an office environment or in your vehicle, and you wind up in a dicey situation where you do have to respond to that now, right? In a case like that, this would make a lot of sense is that, hey, look, throw it on over whatever you got, whether it's a t-shirt or a top layer or whatever it is, throw this thing on and you've got a decent amount of kit on you. So while I would say it's primarily better as a concealment thing, you could use it as an overt garment. You could, if you wanted, just literally use it as like a range belt. I know that would sound a little goofy, but you could use this as a battle belt setup to have your pistol and some backup mags. And would it be the most, you know, would it make a ton of sense? It would be a little goofy if I saw you at the range and this is literally what you went through a course with, but I don't know that it's ridiculous either. In terms of why you would want something like this, like, look, it's a great option. Look, in a time of a great amount of civil unrest, I think a lot of people, as we kind of said with our EDC bag series, are looking for a way to carry a decent amount of hardware on them to protect themselves and their loved ones. Just because it's a dicey time out there, right? I think it makes a lot of sense as something to have in your truck, and potentially like a bug out bag where, hey, look, if you've got like your truck gun, you've got a rifle and, you know, things popped off or whatever it is, like, cool, you could grab your rifle, throw in your Unity clutch real quick, and you could be pretty well ready to go. Okay, so let's go through a little bit of a tour on this. I'm going to show you some different options. There's a lot of different ways you can configure this, so we're just going to run through a couple of them. Okay, so let me give you setup number one. This is not typically, well, not even typically, this is not the way I've been carrying this, but I'm going to show you this because this is the way that I already had it set up when we started filming, so you're going to get it in this order. It's snowing, everyone. Just keep that in mind. This is my commitment to my craft. Okay. So, setup number one. I have this set up as a, so let's just kind of go through it, okay? On my left side, I'm a lefty for those of you who do not know that, I have my pistol. I have two pistols that I have outfitted this belt for. One would be a primary winter carry gun for me, which would be, this is you know, a few year old STI 2011. Fits in this fine. I have a handheld light. It is not my ideal scenario of what light I would carry, but it does work fine. Is the bezel pointed up? Could I potentially do that and blind myself under stress? Yeah, sure, I guess in some weird hypothetical land, but pretty unlikely, I would think. On this particular setup, I've got two 2011 backup mags, and then I have a backup AR mag. So this is primarily a rig where, like, okay, cool, like I'm running my rifle, and whatever, my rifle goes dry, I could transition to pistol, and then in a moment of opportunity, index that AR mag and top off my primary there. So it is a setup. I will tell you this. I'll tell you this, everyone. All of the accessory, okay, so the Unity clutch obviously is from Unity. Unity makes some accessories in terms of kind of, you know, inserts, if you will, for mags and things like that. I went a little different direction, and sometimes I think, hey, look, the best option is just to have shit made for you, specifically what you want. So some of you will be aware of Jeff Wilbur. He's from RDR Gear. He is the villain from the Cheap Gun Challenges, and he is a dirty, evil man, old and not handsome, but he does make some good gear, and I had him outfit my Unity clutch with all the shit that I would need. So the Kydex, and I'll kind of show you how this works, but the Kydex and all the inserts were made by him. I've got 2 pistol setups for this, so I can either run it as a 2011 or a Glock. Right now, obviously set up for 2011 because that's primarily what I carry. Let's move on to setup number 2. Okay, setup number 2. We bailed on me changing all this shit out, everyone, so just roll with. We're losing light and it's snowing, but it does look cool on camera, okay? Primarily how I've been carrying this is the following. 2011 light. In the rear pouch there, that's gonna be just above the small of my back, okay? I have been running, I basically take that AR pouch that fits that AR mag, I throw that pouch right at the, actually it's one pouch behind my 2011, and I throw a tourniquet in there, okay? This is, I'm telling you my personal setup, how I've been running this. Basically, light 2011, I take the AR pouch, which will fit an AR, but also works nicely on the tourniquet. It's not the most snug, but it's snug enough you're not gonna have any issues, and I run a tourniquet right there. Look, is the angle a real bitch if you needed to get to it? Yes. Everything's trade-offs, you know? Like, I don't know that there's a perfect option, but that is an option where I have that on me. Is it the most ergonomic? No, it's not. I concede that to you. And then what I've been doing is, in place of that AR pouch, putting, so Jeff made me these double pistol pouches, okay? You can also get 2 single ones if you wanted to, up to you. So these are just 2 single pistol pouches, and that's a double pistol pouch. I have been basically taking a double pistol pouch, putting it where that AR pouch is, and what I'm doing is actually running like this. I've been going fixed blade knife on the position behind this one, fixed blade knife, and then one more 2011 mag. Now you might be like, it would seem like it would make more sense to have the knife further back. It's all debatable, okay? I'm kind of looking at it like, look, I got two good backup mags here. Once the knife is in that last position here, it gets almost impossible, given the ring on this knife, it gets almost impossible to actually index the knife and get it out. So basically I'm running knife on that 3rd position, right? As in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that way, hey, is this tough to reach? Yes, it is, but I can still reach around and get it out, and it's easier to get out that pistol mag versus it is the knife from that last position. That's personally how I've been running mine. Obviously, hey, look, you could have 2 AR mags if you wanted to, right? So you could just say, hey, look, I've got a pistol, I've got 1 pistol mag in the gun, maybe a backup in a pocket or something hypothetically, and 2 AR mags. Another thing that you can do, and the only reason I'm really not showing this is because I don't have the gun back yet, but for those of you who like this as a sub-gun option, which I think makes quite a bit of sense. So one other option, I don't have my B&T back yet. It's getting some special love to have it look really pimp for a video. But anyway, long story short, I would take that 4th pouch there, take out the AR pouch that I currently have in there. This is basically a double pistol pouch with a little bit of elastic that's going around the bottom. What that's going to enable you to do is run a couple sub-gun mags. You could do this with MP5 mags. These are just standard B&T mags, right? 30 rounders. That way I could carry 2 backup 30-round sub-gun mags on me. The little elastic at the bottom there's just going to be so that the mag doesn't fly all the way through. And that's a killer option. So, I mean, the most likely scenarios that I would be running this is either as a pistol with 3 backup pistol mags, a fixed blade, a light, and a tourniquet. That's kind of my go-to setup. Or basically, hey, pistol, light, tourniquet, 2 pistol mags, and 2 sub-gun mags. And at that point, you would want to have a knife on your person somewhere. You know, you could run a little knife in a pocket or whatever it may be. Very, as I mentioned, the whole system with the clutch, it's very open to interpretation. There's really not a right or wrong answer on it. Let me give you a couple other things here. So price of this thing, $153. well, some people complain that, oh, that's a lot for what's just some nylon sewn together. Sure, I get it. Some people are going to bitch and complain about that. For me, I look more than price, I look at value, and I look at it and I go, okay, well, this brings me a lot of value, so 153 bucks is worth it. But for those who are going to be further cheap, keep in mind you're going to have to outfit this with some different inserts and things like that. As it comes, it's going to be pretty raw. It's just an open modular platform, and then you're going to need to outfit it the way that you want. They have an insert kit. It's 44 bucks. Basically comes with a double pistol insert and a rifle insert. They do sell some Kydex on the Unity site that is from, I can't remember which Kydex company, but that is an option. I think the bottleneck you will probably see on that, as is the case with anything from Unity, but definitely with Clutch, is lead time. Availability and finding these, it's just not super easy. Yeah, it's just the reality. They're not super easy. And I don't know if they want me to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm saying this as a disclaimer, but Pistol Parlor down in Arizona, I do know has a decent stock of these, but I don't know if they ship nationwide. So Pistol Parlor, if you see this, I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that. People might call, I don't know. You guys sort that one out. Sorry, everyone. Or you're welcome, because I just sold some clutches for you. As configured, the way that I have this, whoo, that's getting icy. With everything that I have for B&T mags and AR and pistol and all that stuff, Kydex and everything, you're looking at about 150 bucks, you know, give or take a few bucks. So as configured, everything I've got, you're looking at about a $300 setup for the ability to run it as a full pistol kit or rifle, subguns, all that kind of stuff. Let me give you just a couple other thoughts here as we kind of wrap up. The lead time, as discussed, not great. The sizing, I think, is of important note. So I am in case you've ever wondered what my waist size is, I run a pretty much standard 30-inch waist, which I know, impressive, right? But don't let that distract you. I am basically a standard 30-inch waist, and I ordered the, I believe, small clutch, which had the waist range from like 28 to 34 or something like that. In retrospect, I would probably get a medium. So if you were on the fence, like, my point is, I think these run a little small. I would have probably preferred a medium. Basically, this works where you throw that flap on top of that flap as tightly as you can, and then you cinch the flap on top of it. I've got about a probably 2.5-inch overlap there, but again, I'm right in that zone where I should have been a perfect small, and I would say I'm between a small and a medium. So if anything, definitely don't size down. If anything, size up. If not, just stay true to whatever size you think you are. The inserts are definitely critical, so you have to make sure you get that thing dialed in. You can run the pistol pouches as Kydex. Basically, you could run all of this shit as Kydex inserts. The pro of that, it's going to be a lot easier to get your mags back in. The con of it is it's going to add some bulk, and it is going to increase the overall printing that you're going to have from this. Personally, I would recommend the only Kydex to have as your holster. Everything else, I would just run nylon Velcroed in inserts. Just my 2 cents, take that for what it's worth. Of one more note here, the fact that the exterior here, where this all cinches up, is Velcro, excellent spot to, if you are either a CCW holder or if you are on a, you know, work for the sheriff's department or whatever. I would, if you can find it, get some sort of Velcro tag to put right here that just says something to the effect of, something to attempt to alert the world that, hey, good guy, you know, law enforcement officer or CCW holder, something like that, just in case hypothetically you ever did have to go, I was wearing this around a mall or something and shit pops off and I'm like, oh shit, I am overt now. I would like to be able to utilize that little bit of real estate right there to have something to indicate that. Comfort level, fairly comfortable. The only thing that I've consistently noticed, and I can't even really tell you why, is like kind of around my belt line over time of wearing this, it kind of, it doesn't seem like it's the clutch. Somehow when wearing this, it's like somehow my belt seems to just like dig into me. Can't really explain it, unique phenomenon. Overall, it is pretty comfortable. I have walked around, I've driven in this, so you could wear this in your vehicle. You're gonna have a pretty upright position. It's almost like wearing a back brace or something, so you're gonna stay pretty upright, but you can roll around in your vehicle. It's not a major inconvenience. You don't wanna do a 6-hour road trip with it, but it's not a disaster either. Also a great option for if you are wearing pants that doesn't have the option to wear a belt, right? If you're like rolling around in sweatpants, because that's just how you fucking roll, man, then like pretty good option, right? You could wear your like full tracksuit with your sweatpants and then like a, you know, decent sized hoodie, throw this underneath, good option. So for those of you who roll around in a lot of, you know, I'm joking, but it is a serious consideration. If you roll around in a lot of gym clothes or something like that, it is an option for you to be able to conceal whatever you're carrying without having to worry about, you know, belts and holsters and all that kind of stuff. So that's about it. I will tell you that this is a very, very good product. I'm very happy I have it, especially in a chaotic world. To me, it is borderline just an essential piece of kit. So I'm glad I have it. Outfitting it is of critical importance, so it works for what you have. So just know that that's going to be a little bit of expense, but thrilled. Look, I waited 3 or 4 months to get this damn thing from Unity, so you know, I'm very happy that I did. It's a cool piece of kit. Take that for what it's worth. Just one dude's opinion, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up, given that it is almost dark out here right now. So hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, good luck finding them, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Later.